Hi, my name is Josh, and I'm a watchaholic. Welcome to Horology Insanity. What is up, my watch friends? So, check this out. This is the Zelos Nova with the Meteorite dial. And as I've been filming this watch and all the other Novas, and then I filmed a Zelos State of the Collection video, something dawned on me. I adore this natural gray meteorite dial, specifically with the blue accents on the hands and indices. And I probably always knew that because if we're honest, my number one all-time favorite Zelos is that variant or that color combination, but in the titanium Zelos V1 Skyraider. And so I was just sitting here realizing how much I liked this, and in fact it shows in my collection because when I did my State of the Collection videos, I was almost surprised at how many I had that had this color combo in it. Like, not even kidding. And so we're going to showcase just those in this video. It's kind of like a meteorite dial extravaganza. Now, I am not including colored meteorite in this. I've got blue meteorite, brown meteorite, a couple of other ones. So I'm not including any of those. I'm really just including my natural gray meteorite. I've got the first section here that all has the blue accents, and then I've got some other ones that don't, that maybe I wish did. So let's just take first a look at all of the ones that I adore that are the gray meteorite and the blue accents. Now, not all gray meteorites are the same color gray, and I noticed that with my Visionary V1 originally compared to my Skyraider. You can see that the Visionary V1 is much lighter, and then all of them have different textures, so every single meteorite dial is unique in some way. But it's interesting to see that the Nova and the Visionary V1 are very similar, which is pretty neat. It's cool to see that those are as similar as they are, considering that the Skyraider, yeah, is kind of so much different. I don't know if I can get all these in one shot without banging them up. See that? Get them to play in the light a little bit. So anyway, so these are some choices, some of the ones that I love. Now here's one that I almost forgot that I had, but it's one of my favorites. The ZX3, I think it is, meteorite dial. This is the Mechaquartz version, and so it has the Seiko VK63 movement in it. But this one here, you can see, is natural meteorite with all the blue accents. And this one's cool because, let me zoom in on it here. They did blue accents around the subdials. You notice Chronograph there is in blue. And then the subdials are a sunburst gray to kind of go with the dial. And so yeah, this watch is brilliant in every which way. You know, is it second to my Skyraider? Yeah, but if you ask me on any given day, I might pick this. Maybe now that I'm sitting here looking at it, and then you put them side by side and you're like, oh wow. No, the blue, and I love blue. I love blue. And so yeah, this blue on the ZX is even more impressive than the other watches. And so that's pretty cool. I dig that. I like that. So let's keep on going. Let's see if I can just stack them up here if y'all can see them. Okay, the next one. Oh, let me look. All right, so I got a stack of watches over here. I'm trying to look at them. This is the last one that I have that has the blue accents. This is the version 3, the Mako V3, and it has the meteorite dial, the meteorite bezel, and it has those beautiful blue accents. Now that one, this may have a screen on top of it. This is, I think, one of my unworn. Yeah, this is one of my unworn watches. But I think that I don't wear it because I've got the ZX and the Skyraider that I always wear, and then I throw on the V1 every now and then. The Nova is a loaner from a friend. So, but this one here, you can see some of the side by side. It does have a little bit of a lighter shade. It's kind of in between the V1, the Visionary V1, and the Skyraider V1. You see how that kind of plays? It's a little different. I think the covering on the Mako is giving it a little bit of tint when I do it in the lights, but hopefully you're able to kind of see what I'm talking about here. So So those are all the ones with the blue accents. Now we'll just do a quick showcase as to show what a bunch of the other ones are. This is the titanium 42mm Swordfish. This also has the Meteorite dial and Meteorite bezel. So let's get it and hold it up here next to the Mako. And you can see that there's a lot more texture, and that the texture is a lot more, there's more bright and more dark. There's more, what would you say that? I don't even know. This has a lot more extreme variance in it than my Mako does on the right. And you can kind of see that as it plays in the light. Let me see if I can get it again. Yeah, so the way that kind of shimmers. Now I think the bezel looks better on this Mako. So it's not that this one and the titanium Swordfish looks bad, but the Mako does look a lot better, and you can see a lot more striation in it. Now, when we're talking about gray stuff, right, there's some simple dials like these. This is just a sunburst gray that he did in the Horizons V1. This is another one of my favorites, and it's got that pop of blue, and this blue is like a baby blue too, which is really cool. It's not the dark blue like you see in a bunch of these. Let me hold these up real quick. Look at that baby blue on that Ventus Northstar. That's the one over here on the right. And so this one here, the baby blue, I love everything about it. I might like to see, I wonder what it would look like to see the baby blue accent on a Meteorite dial like this, the natural gray Meteorite. I'm curious. So, but yeah, here's some different examples. I just want to show those. Now, let's see kind of the iterations that we've done. Let's look at this. So this was the V1 Mako with Meteorite, and I don't know if this was the first watch that included the Meteorite dial, because this is an oldie, like an OG, but then again, this one here is kind of an OG too. So let me know, do you know down in the comment section, if you're a Zelos addict and you happen to know what was the very first watch that Elshin offered a Meteorite dial in? I'd love to know, and I'd really be curious if it was one of these two, because that would be pretty cool. You know, the first ever. I talk often about how this V3 right here was the first to do this bezel. And so that, I don't know, I think it adds something to the watch, in my opinion, from a collector standpoint, And so I'm curious, if this was the first Meteorite, that might make this one even more cool than it already was. So yeah, and then here we've got the gray on the Horizons V2. So these are other ones. I think this Mako looks great as it is without the blue accents, but I do wish maybe that this one had the blue accents instead of the pop of orange. But then again, I don't love orange, so maybe that's just like a personal thing for me. But now let's take a look at the two, I'm going to say the ballinest. I mean, they're not really, but they kind of are. Gray Meteorite in Timascus. And this is both the blue and yellow Timascus. So this blue one here is mine, and I adore it. This yellow Timascus one here is a buddy of mine's, and he's letting me borrow it. In fact, I'm getting ready to send my blue one, well, and several others. I'm going to send the Timascus Light and a couple of other ones for them to be able to experience. I'm going to do a little mini tour with some very close friends of mine. But yeah, so these are getting ready to get sent out, and these two are ballinest, in my opinion anyway. And you can see here, these have the pop of yellow. And I think this pop of yellow looks fantastic. I would not change these, and I would not want to see blue accents on these. Even on my blue Timascus one, I would not change these at all. Just like I wouldn't change the V1 Meteorite here. I wouldn't do it. But I would change this one. I would change this one. I'd get rid of the orange. And in fact, this might be a great example. Maybe I can mod it. Oh man, I got to see how much of a project I want to undertake. But what if I took the orange accents off of this V1 Horizons GMT with the Meteorite dial, and I somehow incorporated a pop of baby blue the way that this Ventus Northstar does? What do you think that would look like? I think it would look beautiful. I would adore that. And so yeah, I'm curious. I don't know, I'd have to do that whole chapter ring, and then I'd have to get it custom printed. I'd have to repaint the GMT hand. Oh man, I don't know if that's a mod I want to take on. If you know a watchmaker who would do that, who would turn this watch from orange to blue, specifically this blue that the Ventus has, let me know. Let me know down in the comment section. I would love to hear it. And I'd have to maybe get a quote from them, because I don't know if I want to undertake that myself. All right, y'all. Let me know down in the comment section, what is your favorite? Do you like the gray with the blue accents more? I tend to gravitate this way. I tend to like the blue accents, especially on the ZX. So anyway, y'all, with that, let's close on this one. This is about to get sent back to my buddy. I think this one came from Kevin. I've got so many watches in right now. I have a list, and if I didn't have a list, I wouldn't be able to keep track. But I think this came from Kevin. We will link to Kevin's channel down in the description. And a big thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate you lending me this one. But until we talk again, my friends, please remember what really matters, and that's not watches. Keep the insanity sane.